Here's my trading view of drama queens. Drama queens are, oh, the market's going up, the market's going up, the market. This is Bitcoin, by the way. Oh my God, it's getting near 70,000 on Sunday night. Really? Who do you think fucking's buying on a Sunday night? It's you lot at home drinking your Bud Lights. Stop doing that. Sundays, there's no volume on a Sunday. Guess what? Market opens, it pukes again. And then it's, oh my God, it's going to zero. And there's a bunch of Twitter posts saying it's going to go to 48,000. Does it go lower? Maybe. But really, you guys have got to stop using hourly charts.
Raoul, a leading macro analyst and prominent figure in the cryptocurrency world, continues to deliver sharp insights into the future of digital assets. As a former Goldman Sachs executive and a well-known crypto bull, Powell's work centers around how macroeconomic shifts affect the global financial landscape, particularly in the cryptocurrency and digital asset markets where he has significant investments. According to Powell, the macro environment is on the verge of a major transformation as central banks shift from quantitative tightening and aggressive rate hikes to more accommodative policies like rate cuts and quantitative easing. This change, he explains, is crucial to preventing global economies from overheating. The U.S. Federal Reserve recently signaled the start of this transition, announcing its first rate cut since the pandemic began. Powell believes these improving liquidity conditions will lead to explosive growth in the cryptocurrency market. While he is optimistic about the entire space, he highlights Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Sui as standout assets poised for significant gains, with Solana at the forefront of the next market cycle. In his latest Real Vision update, Powell discusses the evolving macroeconomic environment and provides his outlook for the cryptocurrency market over the next few months. He also shares his investment strategy for capitalizing on what he sees as a $100 trillion opportunity in the crypto space, identifying key areas for growth and positioning for long-term success. Join us as we break down Powell's insights, including his thoughts on the banana zone and the cryptocurrencies he's backing for 2025 and beyond. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth discussions. And check out our other videos featuring industry leaders like Michael Saylor, Kathy Wood, and Lynn Alden.
What you actually need to do is very simply zoom out. Zoom the fuck out. Look at that. Does that look like a terrible market? No, just consolidation. Does this recent drama move look like drama? No, it's barely touched the high from a few weeks ago. There's nothing going on, kids. Stop thinking the world is changing, but the world will change soon. The other thing to zoom out on, if I find the right chart, this is a lovely chart for all of you looking for altcoin season or the yellow fruit zone. What we have here is total market cap excluding the top 10. Now, what's so lovely about this is it's just beautiful how this chart works. Consolidation, election year, boom. Consolidation, election year, boom. Consolidation, election year, fruit. Now, when I zoom in, we've got some potentially inverted head and shoulders. Could we come back down and fail the head and shoulders and come back? Sure, we can. I don't really care. But I'll show you why I think it's yellow fruit season shortly. So that's most of the charts are similar. Actually, Solana's been different. It's actually been, sorry, there's my fake DMARC indicators on here. So it's a little bit messier. But Solana has been trying to break higher. But again, it's not really going to make much progress until the big daddy Bitcoin does it. But again, if you look at the hourly chart, here's Sui on an hourly chart. It's like, oh my God, the horror. It just feels awful. And really, it's barely doing anything, really. I mean, it's just this. If I go, where's the, sorry, I've got something in the way of my screen here. If I go to the daily Sui chart, we had this. That's it. That's all of the price action. Literally, guys, calm down. Calm down. Everything is fine. That's the Doge chart. Actually, no, I haven't got the weekly Doge chart. Anyway, so stop being dramatic. Drink better wine. Don't make carcinogenic snacks. get out, travel, see the world more. Honestly, it's not as bad as you think. So, what are the charts we're going to look at? Okay, I've got a few on. I found this one on Twitter from Marty, who has been active calling SWE right and Solana right. And he's been posting this chart. And I'm going to stop the sharing of this one. Go to this one. So I've been using more Wyckoff reaccumulation patterns. I never used to use them. I didn't really know about them. But they've really worked in crypto. They helped me nail Rocket Labs, which was my trade idea on the Real Vision platform, which I'll show you in a bit, which has been up 100% sort of since I put it on only a couple of months ago. I use this Wyckoff reaccumulation pattern. I used it for Bitcoin recently as well. And this continues to play out. You know, I thought that Bitcoin had reached it here when we reached the point at the bottom. And then it's been basically following this pattern. And Marty's been updating every day. Does it follow it? Will it follow exactly? I don't know. But generally, around here, soon we should get back up to start testing the 70,000 and above, that supply zone, and eventually break as we start heading to the election. The standardized Wyckoff pattern is here. I think this is the highest probability outcome of what we're seeing. I know there are other people calling for lows, other people screaming straight up. This feels like it's probably the right thing. Now, let me get into some of charts that Julian and I have done, and then I'll get into some macro because the macro is important here as well. Stop sharing that one. So, I mean, you can see I'm about to add some alpha. Firstly, Julian's putting this chart up of the Bitcoin halving versus previous ones. That's from the halving date. Underperforming now. But Kevin Kelly posted an amazing chart on Twitter. In fact, sorry, Nick's going to hate me because I keep switching charts. I'm going to show Kevin Kelly. Kevin is part of Real Vision Pro Crypto, one of the co-founders of Delphi, and a very close friend of mine, and one of the loveliest people in the world. He posted a chart on Twitter, which is a longer version of the chart Julian posted. And that's kind of peak, trough, and where we are. So it's so normal. Everything going on is exactly what it should be doing. We should be getting pretty close to the acceleration phase. The wiggles are different. The pattern is the same, right? So Kevin's chart, Julian's chart, same thing, right? Nick, I'm flipping back to the other presentation. So this is why Nick is the most amazing person. He's been with us forever. He's just the most talented editor and one of the nicest people you could ever meet in your life. So, okay, next chart. This is the GMI total liquidity index. That's private and public sector liquidity. You can see it does these wedge patterns. Remember that alt season chart and the wedge patterns? Same pattern, by the way, kids. Oh, it's liquidity. Yeah, the everything code told you that. I told you all of this stuff. And every time it happens, every time it breaks out, which it's done, the market breaks out. So exactly the right timing. Everything looks good. This, I think, is the fucking money shot. You know, we produce charts that everybody else in the world copies. Honestly, a global macro investor and in Real Vision Pro Macro, we do more macro crypto research and more in-depth macro crypto research than anybody else in the world. We have definitely changed the landscape of how people think about this stuff from the work that Julian and I have done. I'm immensely proud of it. Not blowing my own trumpet, but Metcalfe's law, the global liquidity stuff, all of this stuff has come from us, and it's been amazing. I don't know how this happened, where we found this everything code, how we found a lot of this stuff, but we found it and we keep finding new stuff. Here's the money shot, kids. This is the chart that you need to just sit back, chill the fuck out. I'm just going to let you marvel in that beauty. You see it? Liquidity is everything, kids. Bitcoin is exactly following total liquidity. And it says we keep going into the end of the year. Could be something to do with the yellow fruit. I don't know. Who's to say that? We don't mention it. We don't talk about it. We summon it by wearing it. We'll come on to that in a minute. Okay, so that's that. Julian showing the same chart that I showed earlier is like, chill the fuck out, people. This thing is ripe. Weekly Bollinger Bands, about as tight as ever been. Every time that happens, yellow fruit tend to occur. They tend to ripen pretty fast. I'm flipping through charts. The chart that we did have in the past that is not working perfectly is like ETH this time versus last time. The Bitcoin version is actually better. The ETH version, yeah, ETH is trading like a piece of shit. I think it's just lost its narrative. I actually think they've overbuilt blockchain capacity for the demands of the chain via the layer twos. Overbuilding blockchain capacity, I think, was a calculated move in terms of a longer term future for the chain. I actually am not a long-term negative over it. I just think, yeah, they've got excess capacity right now for the market. I mean, ETH is the big daddy of smart contract platforms. I mean, there's still all the talents, all the developer talent, applications, the finance sector will build on it. It's all still there for ETH. The story's still there, but I think they've built a bit of excess capacity as they've scaled it using Vitalik's scale model, and we'll find out whether it was right or wrong to do that. I actually think it might work. I think it might pay off. That by doing what they did today means that it's a multi-trillion-dollar blockchain in the future. But let's see. Let's see. The other one's a killer chart is ETH today versus Bitcoin back in the previous cycles. It's just like it's following it so beautifully. It kind of looks like it's in catch-up mode to come. Sorry, I'm just gonna. It's not bad. I've refilled the glass. It's 5:39. It's 40 minutes. I mean, before I was doing every 20 minutes. Remember in the previous show. So, although it's a large glass of wine. So Bitcoin ETH generally directionally right. There's nothing really you want to concern yourself over. Presidential election years, nobody really cares who gets elected because the market goes up. Now, I think a Trump victory probably may extend the cycle in terms of magnitude, but the amplitude is probably the same. It just goes up, and it's from this period, end of October. Really, that period now is like the correction we're having today. Think about that, and then the rest looks kind of like something down there. You know what I'm talking about. Pick up a boring chart. Boring chart. Business cycle. Those of you who are not crypto people here, the business cycle. The interest rate market, how it's moved, is indicating the ISM, the business cycle for manufacturing, is about to rise. That will paper over a lot of sins. It will allow a lot of cyclical stocks, commodity plays, all of this to really start working. We're starting to see commodities starting to work. Really, the ISM is yet to turn higher. The next 12 months will be nothing more than the business cycle going up. The business cycle going up will drive all of your favorite stocks and make you all look like investing geniuses. We are generally all morons. And if the business cycle can make us look like geniuses, we'll take any victory we've got. So I'll take that. It means basically you throw a dart and into the stock market and everything goes up when you buy it. So we're at that point. It starts with the growth cycle, the macro summer and macro spring is really all about the growth stocks and the crypto. And then it starts as the macro summer. This is not the summer season. This is the third year of the everything code cycle. That's when the cyclical stocks start performing as the ISM has come up. ISM has been really sticky on the lows, right? Look at this. This pattern we've not seen really, even then, the 2000s wasn't quite the same. So it's been sluggish, and it's one of the reasons I think the Fed will continue to cut rates, and we're not seeing an inflationary environment. And we'll talk a bit about bonds and stuff in a bit. That's that chart flipping through. General business conditions in the future are going up. New orders expectations going up. ISM, that turn in the ISM matters, because guess what? When the business cycle goes up, we've all got a bit more money because our businesses are doing better. We might get a pay rise, all of this shit. And your mortgages are tending to fall. So we're spending less money on our mortgages or our car service payments or whatever it may be. And guess what? Altcoins go up as a percentage of market cap in relation to the business cycle. Everything is the business cycle. This is what I've been trying to tell you. Crypto is macro. Everything's fucking macro. It's all the same thing. You could change altcoins and turn it into small caps in equities, or you can turn it into credit. You can do whatever you want. They're all the same thing. It's all risk. It's all allocation of our liquidity, our capital into markets based on how we feel, which is the business cycle. So as the business cycle turns up, alt season. That's that inverse head and shoulders I talked about of the of alt season. This is previous bull markets. Obviously, the first bull market we can discount. Second one, 11 to 13, that was wild. I was involved in that one. That's when I first started investing. Bitcoin was, where was I in that one? I can't remember. Bought it at 200, got to 2000, was kind of like blown away. These are the percentage returns. And then, the returns have come down a bit over time, as we can see, as adoption curves. We're right here. Right, kids, it's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. Literally all normal. So if we can stop the drama, I'd appreciate it. There's too much of it everywhere. Everyone's just too involved, because the problem is the engaging Twitter accounts, and I follow them too. I'm guilty of this. I like Ansem or well, any of these people who I follow and like. Yeah, I've been following credible crypto. He's like, he's a long-term bull, but his short-term time horizons are bearish and it could fall from here.
The future looks incredibly promising for the cryptocurrency and digital asset space as we move into 2025 and beyond. We invite you to share your views on Raoul Pal's insights, as well as your thoughts on the upcoming developments for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and enable post notifications to stay updated with more content like this.